Hello Odoo users, welcome to Vraja Technologies YouTube channel. We are back with one more EDI ANSI X12 format for supplier side. Let me tell you what this application can do. This application can import the purchase order from the FTP and create sales order in your Odoo database. After you confirm the sell order and create invoice, when you hit the button for confirming the invoice, it can export this invoice inside the FTP, and it can also export the delivery order upon confirmation. Let's go ahead and see that in action. For that, you have to configure the FTP or SFTP. Let me show you by creating new one. This is where you have to give the name for this FTP. You have to give a URL, you have to give username, password. Port is by default 21 for FTP. You have to select your company. Upon selecting the store, you can see these 6 new fields appear. From these 6 new fields, 3 fields are for directory path for FTP, import and export purpose. This is the price list. You have to select a price list. If no price list are shown here, what you have to do is you have to go to the sales configuration and check the box for price list inside sales configuration. After that, you can select the price list from here. Now the customer, for which customer you want to create sales order, you have to select a customer here, and this is the sender ID. You have to set the sender ID you want to mention in the ANSI X12 format. After entering all this configuration, when you go ahead and hit the button check connection, if everything is right in URL, username and password, this banner will turn to green. After successful connection, you can see one notification message as well. After that, you have to create schedule action. Let me show you the schedule action I have already created. When you hit the button schedule action, after successfully creating the schedule action, the button will disappear and you can see the created schedule action from this smart button. I have configured this FTP for demo purpose. As you can see on the screen, we have created one schedule action for this application. Import purchase orders. What this schedule action will do, let me tell you that. This schedule action will import purchase order from the FTP and create sales order inside your Odoo database. For that, you have to have the purchase order file in your FTP directory configured in your FTP syncing record. I'm going to put one file inside my FTP into that configured directory and I will come back. I have created a file for a purchase order and put that inside my configured FTP folder. Right now I will go ahead and run this schedule action manually. After doing this, we can see that sales order will be created for that purchase order. Let's go ahead and see this newly created sales order. If this sale order is imported from the FTP, we can see this notebook page. Otherwise, we cannot see this notebook page. So let's go ahead and see this notebook page. As you can see, it is imported from this ANSI supplier FTP and the PO reference number is also set over here. We can see our ANSI supplier FTP I have configured here. Let me show you the format for purchase order to import. This is our purchase order. I have put this file into the FTP directory, and as you can see, this is the purchase order reference number that has been set over here. Upon confirming this sales order, you have to create one invoice for that to export to the FTP. And when you confirm the sale order, one delivery order will also be generated. You can export that as well. We will go to that later. First, let's go ahead and export our invoice. For that, you have to create one invoice. I have created this invoice, and upon confirming the invoice, this invoice will be exported to the FTP inside your configured directory. And right now you cannot see the third notebook page. After successfully exporting this bill to FTP, you can see the third notebook, and it will have the field for FTP. FTP used to export this bill. You can also see the exported file in this chatter, and you can also see that the invoice will be converted from draft to post. For that, I have to not configured, I have to make one directory inside my FTP. I am using the online FTP I have found, so sometimes it deletes all the files and folders inside the FTP. So I will go ahead and create that and will come back. Now let me show you the file. Let me show you the directory I have created inside the FTP. So this is the FTP and I have created this directory. Now when I go ahead and confirm this, it will export this bill to the FTP. Now as you can see in this chatter that this file has successfully exported to FTP, and you can see the format for invoice over here. This is ANSI X12 format for bill, and you can also see this is synced with EDI is changed from no to yes. Let's go ahead inside our FTP folder and check. So this is our FTP folder, and invoice 2025 𝗙𝗘𝗔𝗧𝗨𝗥𝗘𝗦 has been created, and this is the same as our invoice ID. Now we have one more feature for this application. You can also export this delivery, not just the single delivery order for package, but you can also export multiple packages if you configure it. So let's go ahead and create two packages for this delivery order. So I'm going to put two quantities for this customizable desk into package 1, and I'm going to put one quantity into the package number 2. So right now we are matching our quantity with the demand. I'm going to go ahead and save this. And for this second item, our large meeting table, I want this in package number 2. So right now I am matching this item to demand as well. Right now we have two packages. When I go ahead and save it, we can see the two packages over here. We can export this in ANSI X12 format as well. For that, I have to validate this delivery order, and it will export this to the FTP with newly created packages. For that, again I have to check my FTP directory whether it's there or it's been deleted. I will check that off camera and will come back. My directory was deleted. I have created the directory again, and let's go ahead and validate this order. Before that, let me show you the directory. Right now it's empty, as you can see on the screen. Let's go ahead and validate this order. After successfully validating this order, you can see that this file has successfully exported to FTP, and this is our format. Now we have configured two packages. We can see in the format that this is our package number 1 with one item with two quantities, and this is our package number 2 with two items with their respective quantities. So this is for import and export purpose of this application. We have managed one more configuration just for you so that you can easily find what's going on inside your application. You can see logs inside the FTP SFTP syncing menu, and as you can see, first we have imported our purchase order, then we have exported our customer invoice, then we have exported our ship notice, ASN, advanced ship notice. We can see that operation, and we can see what's going on in our application. If something goes wrong, we can see that log message over here. That's all for this application. See you in next video. Until then, stay safe. Have a good day.